Welcome to week number 5. This is still Unit 2, and this specific to this week's work is how can managers work with organizational structures and change. This is an excellent week because it's going to expose you to all the basic types of organizational structures. They all have strengths and weaknesses and applications. Here's kind of the short answer. All of these will work. All these different structures will work. So here's how do you make sense out of this? How do you understand this? Well, the key thing is, under the right set of circumstances, one or another might be a better choice than, say, the other 3 or 4. So the org structures will all work, quote unquote, but they all have distinct advantages and disadvantages. So understanding this is really key to being a contributing leader and helping out an organization. We're also going to talk about things like managing diversity. Now, I want you to kind of, not that it's unimportant, but diversity in the sense that the key diversity that we want or need is skills. The other kind is pretty shallow. It's skin deep, in fact, and really shouldn't come into bear as far as who works and who doesn't work. Who are your most talented people? Who have the best skill set to bring to work? Remember, whether you're a for-profit or non, you're trying to compete with other for-profits or non-profits. So you need the best people on your team that you can get. So true diversity is, and this may or may not be in the reading, but true diversity doesn't necessarily help an organization. In fact, it might make it more difficult, because if people don't speak the same language, literally, it becomes incredibly difficult to perform at a high level within an environment of different management teams or departments, or however you're structured. The reading is chapter 10 and 12, and there are 2 videos. One's about, and there's a fair amount of information about diversity, but I just wanted to give you that little extra so you understand what you're looking at here in greater context. There is a reflection presentation, as always, over the week, a scenario-based decision discussion, and then management exercise, and in this case, an article analysis for week 5. So that should kind of get you up to speed here. Again, this is going to affect how you change and manage organizations. Organizations that are unable to adapt to changes in market pressures are going to fail. Whether it's new skills, new techniques, just because it worked in the past doesn't mean it should be employed now. So this is what you want. You want to keep this leadership mindset as you read through these things. Is what would I do? How could you make sense of this? What would you recommend? Because decision making is where you probably want to head to in your professional career. So anyway, I'll be interested to read your work, and go for it.